jump in, any one of you, but I'll ask you, Ophelia, why a customer want a futures product versus a spot product necessarily?
There's a variety of different reasons why that might be the case. I think spot products have a tendency to be a little simpler and have a more broad-based appeal, and that goes to your first question around why we think this is really a broadening moment in terms of access. But futures products also certainly have a role, and you see that in other commodity markets as well, especially around having significant liquidity, potentially more sophisticated strategies that are interested in using futures.
Kathy, so let's assume the SEC approves the application this week or whatever. What kind of impact would a Bitcoin ETF have on Bitcoin? I mean, we all saw this big run up. The minute BlackRock announced they were interested, it was 30,000, and then it went, now it's over 40,000. So is this a sell on the news event or not?
I think a lot of people have been saying that it probably will be a sell on the news event, but so many people are saying that now that I'm beginning to have doubts. We are seeing an anticipatory move, but the move of institutions into this new asset class, and that is what we are talking about here, a new asset class, which with another diversifier, institutions can increase their returns per unit of risk because of the low correlations. I think that's going to be very appealing. And if institutions with trillions of dollars under management just put 0.2 or 0.5% in, that could really move the needle. So we think the move has been anticipatory, and it makes sense. It makes sense. There's a scarcity value now evolving. It's becoming a scarce asset at 19.5 million Bitcoin outstanding. It can only go to 21, and 15 million of those 19.5 million are in what we would call strong hands. They haven't moved their Bitcoin in the last 155 days.
Jan, you're an old hand at this. There's a thing we call the S&P inclusion effect. When a stock is announced going in the S&P, it runs up, going up to that. This happened with Uber just a little while ago, and it happened in a very big way with Elon Musk and with Tesla. And you can't help but think there is such a thing as an inclusion effect. If all of a sudden there's a lot of people are anticipated buying a product, whether it's going into the S&P or whether it's becoming a Bitcoin ETF product, the product runs up. What happened was perfectly rational. So just riff on what Kathy was saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I think Kathy's right that there is